Hi there, welcome. So if you're watching this video, that means you are thinking about trying Seint, or you have already purchased Seint. Maybe it's already come in the mail and you're like, what do I do with this? Or how in the world do I work this makeup? Okay, so that is the whole purpose of this video, is to show you how to do a basic hack and to show you the different pieces of Seint, because it is not your traditional foundation to where you cover your face with foundation and then you cover it again with bronzer, cover it again with contour. So I'm going to be showing you how to apply it on your face and how to blend it, okay? So first thing is first, I always like to get my hair out of my face just so I have no distractions and I am ready to get everything on, okay? All right, so the first thing that I want to show you with Seint is, a lot of times in my videos you see me use this big Wampus palette. You do not need all of these things, okay? This is simply my preference, and I'm a Seint artist, so I like to try all of the colors and shades and play around with all of those. You can start out with what's called a 410 palette. I don't have one of those here with me. This is actually my 1210 palette, but these palettes are 100% customizable. So you can get whatever size you wish. So if you just want like some main shades, maybe one or two blushes, stick a few eyeshadows in the bottom, totally up to you. When I give you or send back to you your color match, I will always recommend 3 highlight shades to you. So what are highlight shades, right? Highlight shades are these 10s, okay? So I will recommend a contour shade, which goes here. Yes, you need it. Yes, you need it, because contour just helps give your face an instant facelift. It gives it dimension to where you don't look like you're one solid block, okay? So I always give you a contour shade, and I will recommend a main highlight shade. And think about your main highlight shade as your foundation color. It's what's going to cover the majority of your face. And I will also recommend a Brightener highlight shade, and think about Brightener as what goes right here around your eyes, down the center of your nose. A lot of times we say concealer. So everything in Seint is called highlights, all right? So I will recommend those 3 colors to you, and it's always fun to get a blush. And I always recommend a bronzer, because bronzer just brings warmth to your face and makes it look more alive. Okay, so I want to show you the size of the 10s, because sometimes when people get those in, they're like, excuse me, I'm going to go through this in a week. Are you crazy? No, so I want to go ahead and show you up front. This is the 10. So you have your name on the back. This is the 10. Yes, I know they look super small. However, I just want to show you, this is my main highlight shade. It's called Candlelit. It's what covers the majority of my face, and I have used this since February. I'm recording this video, it's October 15th, 17th, I lied. So I have used this over 6 months, you guys. Okay, so I have just hit 10. You can see how thick they are. This is my contour, Olive, and I go back and forth between Olive and Astoria, so you can see I've really, like, there's not even a dent in it. Your contour is going to last you one of the longer ones, and then your Brightener shade is probably going to last you the longest. So this is my Brightener. It is white peach. I use it every single day, but your Brightener is not going as far. You're only using it here, here, down your nose, maybe here, and that's it. Okay, so there is your introduction. All of these are magnetic, so you can redesign, move around however you wish to do with your palette. Same with the eyeshadows. You don't have to waste money purchasing an eyeshadow palette from Ulta that you use 4 colors and you never touch the rest. That's waste. I don't like to waste money. I don't know about you, but I like to purchase the, I like to purchase the eyeshadows that I know I'm going to be wearing. It's driving me nuts. He's just gonna have to deal, sorry. I like to purchase the eyeshadows that I know I'm going to be wearing. That way I don't waste any. I am more of a nude and a neutral. These are all of my fall colors. So you can see I've used every single one of these. All right. So now let's get started. I have my makeup. What do I do with it? So in your color match, I always recommend brushes based off of whatever you selected for your coverage. So if you like light to medium coverage, I always suggest this brush. I suggest this brush just for the blush and the bronzer. This is an amazing, amazing brush, okay? This is just a must. So if you are more of a medium to full coverage, the 3D foundation brush is going to give you a super fast application. So if you have to be at work at a certain time and if you're always in a rush like me, you can use this brush to quickly apply your makeup, contour, use this in to blend everything in. You are finished in 5 to 8 minutes, seriously. Okay, and then if you are a full coverage gal, you are going to want to look at the buff brush because this is going to give you the most coverage. It has very dense bristles, so you have to be careful with this one if you are new to Seint because very little product is all you need, and this can actually sometimes make you apply too much and you're not realizing it. And so towards the end of the day, you're going to say, I feel like I look shiny, or I feel like I maybe look like this is spotchy. Well, it's probably because you applied too much. So rule number 1, this hair is driving me nuts. Rule number 1 to keep in mind with Seint is less is more. This is not regular foundation. So let's dive in and get started, okay? I'm going to show you 2 different ways with both sides of my face on how you can apply the 3D foundation. So I'm going to keep my little rag handy. So the first method, that is actually the easiest, it's the most popular, it's foolproof. You can't go wrong with the dot method or the cheetah method, okay? And that is where you use your fingers, all right? So here we go. I'm going to get way up in here so you can see. Just kind of analyze my face for a second. I do have a little blemish coming up here. One that has been here. And I do have a little bit of discoloration in my face. So I'm going to start out. I'm just going to take my finger and notice I'm just pressing, okay? And getting about that much. And I'm using olive. Normally, whenever I'm going to work, I can use Astoria because it's going to be a little bit darker. Olive is a natural neutral contour. So I'm just going to go ahead and you can either dot it or swipe it, which is what a lot of people do. Finger method, there is no wrong way, okay? So I'm just applying my contour where I would normally put it. All right, and I'm also going to take it and I'm going to put a little bit on my forehead. And I'm purposely not doing this side because I want to show you how you can do this same exact thing with a brush on this side. So if you're like, I don't want to use my fingers, even though this is really an excellent method, you don't have to. Okay, and I'm going to put a line down my nose to help contour and chisel out my nose. And I'm also going to go here to help give my face dimension, okay? All right, so there's already step 1 complete, all right? I always keep like a little bathroom towel in my bathroom, so I just wipe my finger off. Now I'm going to go in with Candlelit, which is my main. And this is where, remember, less is more. So see what's on my finger? I'm going to go through and just kind of dot and place this in all of the areas of my face that I have dark spots, redness, any kind of discoloration. Remember, this is acting as your foundation shade, okay? So you want to put this anywhere you see a bump or redness. A lot of people have like the broken capillaries here. So if you have that, you want to go in and pat. We tend to have more redness down here around our nose. And I'm also wanting to apply it around my forehead. You can put a little bit on your eyelid because you want your eyelids to match, right? So that is where I am putting my highlight shade. Do you see what a thin layer I did? Okay, so I'm just kind of wiping off, or you can switch fingers, whatever. And then for your brightener, you want to tap, and you are not going to swipe this directly under your eye. Directly under your eye is such a thin layer of skin, and keep in mind, the more product you have there, it's going to crease. It's a very thin layer. So I'm actually not going to apply or like put a large amount there. I'm going to go right here down the side of my nose, okay? And also for my brightener, I want to tap it and go up towards my brow bone. Whatever is left, or you can take a little bit, or when you blend, and you're just going to pat. Look at that already, and I've not blended or done anything, and I already look more alive. Okay, now here's where if you want to keep going, you can. I'm going to use this color. It's called Royal, and it's fall. It's October when I'm recording this, so I'm going to do kind of a fall look. My blush, I'm going to go ahead and apply, and you can just simply do that, okay? Now, the bronzer works the same way. So if you want to go ahead and dip into Bella or whatever bronzer you chose, you can dot just a little bit. I always do bronzer around here, maybe just a little bit down my nose because it just helps to give warmth. And I always like to kind of come around and do it. So there is your whole entire face, okay? So once you have this on, here is where from here on out it's going to be the same no matter if you use a brush or the finger. So this is the Cheetah method or the dot method. If you've seen it on YouTube or Instagram, whatever, this is what that is. I like to use, especially when I do it this way, I like to go in with my blush and bronzer brush. And I'm just going to go in and I'm going to start here on my forehead, and you just blend. Now keep in mind, I have not done this side of my face yet, okay? I want to show you how you can get this same look except using a brush. Okay, so far, I've been on here, it's taken me about 8 minutes just to do this, but keep in mind I'm talking, I'm explaining. Anytime else, this is so quick. So I'm blending in the lighter areas first. I haven't blended my contour yet. For the jaw contour, you want to swipe that down and back. Okay, and I'm using a mixture of small circular motions / stippling motions. When you are in these delicate areas, you want to kind of use a stipple motion. You don't want to swipe, because when you swipe, you actually move the product. So, especially for your nose contour, you just want to stipple that in because you want it to stay in place, okay? So there's that. And then here for your cheek contour, I'm going to push that up. And most of the time I actually like to do my contour last because I'm a contour person. I like contour, and sometimes if I go like this, like right in the middle, then I actually blend it out. And I always go back and have to add more because I over blend. Okay, so stipple in where that blush is, small circular motions, and then now I can go back up with my contour, and I'm almost pushing up into my jaw. Okay, so there is one side of my face completely finished. There you go. And that was just using the dot method. Now keep in mind, I'm just doing a basic hack video. I have a hair somewhere. Basic hack tutorial, so I'm not going in full detail on how to get date night look or all the glam. I'm just showing you simply how Seint works, okay? So there is one option you could do. Now, another one of my favorites. I do love the dot method because when you place it on your skin, you're almost giving the cream a little bit of time to warm up on your skin, and so it blends beautifully. Now, you can also do that same exact method, except if you're not one that you like to touch it, you can use this brush and it is going to be amazing for you. So, same colors, and I'm going to use this end and kind of pinch it, and I'm going to tap into my contour. You don't want to swipe or go like this. You want to kind of stipple. If you haven't watched my video about the cat paw method, it's on Instagram. I highly suggest you go watch it. Not only is it hilarious because, yes, cat paw, like, meow, you just have to go watch it. Okay, but the cat paw method is basically you pick it up like you're pawing into it instead of swiping, and you want to push, stipple onto your face. You don't want to swipe back and forth, okay? So stipple, stipple. And if you're not sure how to contour, I do different videos on that as well. This is just showing you basics, how to apply Seint. Seint is also so forgiving. So see how I put a little bit too much there? It's okay, I can blend that out. And I'm going to follow the same process that I did over here, except instead of using my fingers, I am just using my brush. Okay, putting it down there, and then you can try to use this for your nose. However, you might want to take the end and kind of tap in and do it here. Nose contour is always best, me personally, just to use your pinky, you know, or a smaller brush. Okay, so I have my contour. I'm not going to blend or do anything, I'm just applying. So now I'm going to take this tapered end and I am tapping into my Candlelit, and I'm going to do the same exact thing I did over here. I'm going around my nose. I'm just not using my fingers. Okay, yes, there is a blemish, but I'm going to show you what to do with blemishes. You always want to make sure you cover and conceal those last. Something with blemishes. No makeup will fix texture. So if it is a scab or if it is raised, no makeup is going to magically fix that. Okay, that it's just not. Color, we can conceal color. Okay, so I have my mane on. I'm just going to kind of roll and use the other side of my brush to pick up my Brightener shade. And I'm doing the same thing. I'm just tapping it in here. I'm not going directly under my eye. I'm just putting that there. And then I am going to swipe up towards my brow to give me a wow, I've had so much sleep look, even though I really haven't. Okay. So that we're going to blend that out. If you feel like you put it too high, you can take some of your mane and kind of hide it. Oop, see that? How easy and how forgiving. So you virtually, actually cannot mess this up. Now, I'm going to wait to apply my blush after I have blended everything. That's the only step I would say to kind of wait. So I'm going to go in, and I'm using the fluffy end still on my 3D brush. Blend this down, back and down. Okay. Same here with this contour that you put around your forehead. You want to kind of push that up. Okay. And this brush is a little more dense. I love blending with this brush because you can kind of stipple. I'm not swiping. I am stippling around my eye. Okay. Phone's being weird. All right. So, and then here, remember, you don't want to over blend your contour simply because you want that dimension for your facelift. Okay, so I'm getting the same exact finish. I just showed you two different methods, okay? So now if I want to take my pinky and kind of go in with my contour, I did not get to do it on this side, so you can take it and just add yourself a little bit of nose contour at the end. Now, I did not get to do my brightener yet with this brush for the center of my nose, so I'm going to take this into White Peach. Barely tap. You can also use your pinky for this as well, but if you take the very, very tip of this and just kind of go along your nose, look how pretty. Okay, you can also do the same for your forehead, just to give it a little bit of a brightener. Not everybody likes to do that. You don't have to. Okay, and I'm just going to flip this and kind of pat that in place. Okay, so there you go. Now, the blush over here has already been blended in, and I've not done any over here, so you can choose if you want to use your fingers and dot it on exactly where you want it. I have also not applied any Bella. So I'm going to do my Bella first. I'm going to just take my fluffy end and tap, see, very small amount of product, and just go around. Bronzer goes towards the center of your cheek, and it's going to add warmth, and it goes in the center of your forehead. Okay, and it just brings some warmth back to your face. Okay, so just adds some warmth. Okay, there you go. And then with the blush, you can just take and lightly tap. And I always like to go up. Don't be afraid of blush. There you go. And even if you wanted to add a little bit more, because if you blend it all at one time, you can blend it out. It's okay. Just put a little bit more. Okay. There you go. So there is a little bit more, or if you like more of that natural look, you can also take it up here. Some people like to add a little bit of blush to the sides of their nose. You can take it down. Okay, so just to show you this, because once I blended, obviously you can see it just a little bit. So if you take even your pinky or a small end of a brush, you can go back in and you can cover and conceal blemishes last. Okay, even like the one up here, remember you cannot cover texture, but you can cover color. Okay, so there you go. There is a basic hack, and it took me less than 20 minutes, even though I was explaining and doing all of those things. And I only used this brush for this side. I applied it, and I used the dot method over here and used this end to blend for the same exact finish. There you go. Any other questions, feel free to drop them below or to message me. And anytime you hear about highlights and contours or a basic Seint hack, this was it. That simple. Have a great day, you guys.